So far, our trip to the Highlands has taken us from the hustle of Kuching to the bustle of Borneo. And then to the peace and quiet of Pak Umur. Where we met the community and learned to create a basket out of rattan, cook with bamboo, and pack our lunch in leaves. All sourced sustainably from the forest. But while everything the Kelabit Highlanders needed was once available from their forest supermarket, it was often still hard work to collect. Rice is no different. Paddy is a main crop cultivated by the Kelabit, and it is hard back-breaking work, up to your knees in mud. Even so, rice has been cultivated here for hundreds of years. Borneo rice itself is a wet paddy fed by 7 streams that flow into the plateau.
Good morning, Auntie Janet.
Yeah, morning.
How are you today?
Fine.
So
You
this
coming
is
to help me?
yes. So this is the
Seedlings for Borneo rice.
you took all this from the
Nursery. Yeah.
Which over that
The
side.
other side.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So these are all. Can start planting from 45 days. And
So where do we plant today?
in the
Over that
bigger
side.
plot, yeah.
I thought we
Okay.
don't have to take out our shoe. Just
Have to
put down.
remove our shoes because of the
Ooh, this.
thick mud. Yeah.
It is a 6-month process, planted in July and harvested in January, yielding just 1 crop each year.
I think
Oh, you plant there.
I plant here.
Yeah, you can.
So I just put this about 6
the same.
inches away.
Yes.
Just push it in.
Okay.
That's all.
Most of the farms that have been planted around, like planted by hand like this,
So you only plant in the morning,
whole day,
whole day. Though.
break for lunch. Yeah.
So afternoon will be very hot.
Afternoon very hot.
You're planting under the sun.
Sometimes have to, because we need to finish planting by end of this month. The whole farm have to be finished by end of September. That's the
Am I
season.
looking at the whole farm here?
Pardon?
Am I looking at the whole farm here?
This is mine.
This is yours?
The whole farm up to the
Oh,
last plot there. What are you doing?
how do you know there's a snail?
Huh? You can see them.
You can see them.
You can see them.
I cannot see any. I don't see any snail here.
Because I took them already. I removed them already the other day.
The rice cycle is central to the lifestyle of the communities here. Out of the 300 unique varieties of rice in Sarawak, Borneo produces some of the best around, entirely organic. It is no wonder the rest of Sarawak is trying to get its hand on it.
When this is the right time for the
Planting.
so
Yeah.
when is the time for harvest to harvest?
In January.
January.
February, we do harvesting. Yeah.
January and February.
Yeah. That time, all the fields will be golden color.
Golden color. Wow,
Yeah.
must be
That's
very
one of the best time to
must be
get-
very beautiful. If I'm the one who plant all this, I think you will. I
say what?
still.
Backache.
Huh? Yes. Number one, I got backache. Number two, I won't finish until December.
Yeah. That's why we cannot plant alone. We need help from other people.
You are planting alone. You got any helper?
Today, yeah. The other fields I had, and very costly also. Yeah,
Very costly?
Yes.
You mean
Pay them.
to pay them?
Have to pay them like contract basis. Yeah.
So you only pay them when.
When we agree
Oh,
how much for one plot is like this. This one is 600.
600.
Planting only. Then harvesting again. That's why our rice.
That's the cost. So barrier rice
Yes.
is more expensive.
And it's hand planted. Even harvesting also like that.
I ate a lot of rice, but this is the first time I plant.
You plant. Then help you to appreciate it more, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
How much work
Yes.
is put in.
It's not easy. Huh?
Not easy.
At one time, up to 500 acres of paddy was planted in this area, but this is in decline. It becomes harder and harder for growers to get the help they need for the process, and as costs climb, the returns are not keeping pace. But as barley rice is starting to establish itself as a premium product,
Yes, we're going to get some more seedlings.
a favorite of chefs and high-end restaurants, hopefully, the balance will tip.
So the whole plot was a nursery last time. Transfer. Transfer. Okay, so that if you pull bit by bit, then it's easier.
The mud gets everywhere. It sticks to your clothes, it squelches up through your toes, sometimes it doesn't want to let you go. For the other 6 months of the year after the harvest, buffalo live in these fields where they eat the weeds and fertilize the soil for the next round of planting. But it does yield one of the world's best bowls of rice and a beautiful view. Time for a restful ride on the back of another 4x4. other than by foot, there really is no other way to navigate the roads around Borneo. We aren't the only ones to hitch a ride. This fat leech has already had a good feed and it's time to bid him farewell. The best way to detach it is to carefully break the suction where the leech is attached to your skin, but many jungle travelers advise either salt or an open flame. Whatever the method, the leech will do whatever it can to stick by your side. This is what counts as a highland traffic jam. The steady stream of 4x4s often travel in convoy in this treacherous terrain. You never know when you might need someone to have your back. But the vehicles make short work of the 6-kilometer journey to Balongan, our next highland destination. Ultimately, however, if you want to see the older sites, you have to get on the ground. The Kelabit have been living in these highlands for centuries, best evidenced by the megalithic stone structures that populate the landscape. These continued to be built until the 1950s, most often as part of the funerary rites of the Kelabit before the practice was abandoned when they converted to Christianity.
This Palungan village is one of the oldest village in Borneo, and there are many people actually staying here before, and many also moved to Borneo, and there was a school here last time. If I'm not mistaken, the first school in Borneo, yes, primary school, it was in Palungan. Then it moved to Papmain. Papmain is closer to Borneo. Yeah, and there are many these cultural heritage, cultural sites you can find also around
this
Palungan.
area.
Yeah, in the jungle of different kinds, like burial jars. And some rocks also been placed to mark certain kind of occasion.
This is one of the sites.
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is Batu Ritung. This come is
Taking many forms, the Batu Narit are carved rocks, the Batu Nangan are supported stones, and Lungun Batu are stone coffins. Probably the best known of these dolmens stands just near Balongan village, the Batu Ritong, gazetted as a cultural heritage site.
here. In those days, they bury their belongings.
Underneath or next to it?
You see the rocks here. They dig hole here, and then they bury their belongings like the beads and jars, plates, inside there. Then after that they cover it. Then they take a lot of round rocks. Yes. Then they put it on top. It could be actually like 3 feet under the ground. And then
So they buried 3 feet under the ground,
Yeah, and then
covered up with all the
small
rock.
Like in those days, when there's a family, like they don't have any children, so they have their belongings. And normally, actually, they will pass their belongings from
to the next generation.
Yes, to the children, and then to the next generation, and on. They will pass on like that. But some of these husband and wife, they don't have children. So this is what normally they do. All the belongings, they will just keep it here.
You mean this one belongs to one family or
Like yes, one family.
just one family?
Yeah, like husband and wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to bury.
Well, it's just those like valuable things, like the burial jars, plates, and beads. Yeah, these are things that actually they can pass it from generation to generation. like planks, wood, those, no, they will give them to the relative.
Do you think it's still underneath or it's been taken away?
Well, you see this, this is quite a sad thing to say. This has been excavated. Yeah, you can see the hole here.
Yeah.
So now it's remain only this structure. Maybe I can show you more about the surrounding of the Palungan village.
We are done here.
Yeah.
Gelabit oral histories tell that all humans originated in these highlands until a great flood drove them to flee on rafts which carried them down to the coast. Only those with heaviest rafts, the Gelabit and Yakin, stayed in the highland, their original home. Palungan might be the oldest settlement in the area, but it has been eclipsed in size by Borneo. Only around 100 inhabitants remain in the village, the rest having moved to other towns or even out of the highlands entirely. It is a quiet life in this simple place. Scrupulously neat and well maintained, and the pace slips by. Though our visit does leave us plenty of time for monkeying around. Many believe that the best Borneo rice comes from right here in Palungan, a product of hard work and a happy harmony with nature. Even the buffalo seem contented, wallowing in the mud and fertilizing the crop. But they still have to shoulder a heavy load, plowing the fields and helping the farmers. Because of this, buffalo are highly prized. Traditionally, 7 would be given as a dowry for an upper-class bride. But not far out of town, the bulldozer beats the buffalo, churning the soil for new roads. This allows people into the area and, more importantly, precious resources out. But even that is not easy. Sometimes you still get stuck in the mud. With no help around, you just need to help yourself out however you can. Traveling in the highlands too is all hard work and resourcefulness. Made easier by a band of friends and a very sharp barang. This environment can be harsh, But with time on your side, if you wait long enough, someone will eventually come along and lend a helping hand. Free at last. Even the sky smiles down. There is no doubt. Life here is tough. Made better by time, tradition, and teamwork. There is nothing like a swift game of volleyball at the end of a long day with a group of friends. However hard, the people seem happy. In a land of 100 handshakes. Join me in the next episode, where we take a deeper journey into the Highlands and meet more Highlanders. Their past merging with the future. And I discover a bit more of myself. And how much the culture means to them. And surprisingly, me as well.